My parents separated when I was born, and then when I was 14, I established a relationship with my father, and he and I have the best relationship now, and I'm very much closer to like my culture. I had a really big opportunity with my father because he was the national chief. He would take me on some of his business trips, and it was just a really incredible experience. And I think part of it for me is also knowing that there's been so much damage to the culture, that the more I participate in it, the more I can help keep it alive. I worked at Native Child Family Services of Toronto, and my job there was program and funding development. For 5 years, I was looking at every issue within the Indigenous community. So we'd be looking at issues of violence against women, drug addiction, transition housing, and events and activities for youth. So trying to make positives. For the first 2 years, it was pretty depressing. So you put together this proposal and you say, one way that we're going to address violence against women is to do a big drum group for men, right? Get them back in touch with their culture, which teaches them their responsibilities towards women, and then come back saying, we'll fund for the equipment, but we won't fund for the cultural aspects of it. So I just got tired of getting a no response and wanted to get into a place where I could start making more yes responses happen. So that's why I studied law. So when I came into Queens knowing that there wasn't a lot of Aboriginal space, I felt I could bring something to Queens. One of my goals was to create that Aboriginal space. So I got involved with the TRC because I wanted to see more implementation, and this was one way for me to bolster what my own personal efforts are with Queens. I've really fought to put in Indigenous content and see it in people's education. Being that I'm an older student, I don't have the parents to call and rely on, right? I also have 2 children. Unless I'm able to save enough money, which is difficult because, like I said, I'm trying to compensate the mothers of my children, I'm starving in November. I am literally waking up having coffee for breakfast, 2 oranges for lunch, and a bowl of cornflakes for dinner. And then I found out about an emergency bursary from Queens, like Queens Law, and they helped me buy food for the month of December. Even when you're able to change your diet from craft dinner to actual spaghetti, it definitely motivates you, and the focus is significantly better. When you receive money from donors, they become your, I don't want to say savior, but they become your savior. Like, honestly, they're the ones who kept you from starving and were able to help you access the education that you were trying to access in the first place. The bursaries that I've received have encouraged me to contribute to Queens when I'm done, for sure. I know for a fact that there's people like me who are going to come through the halls of Queens again, and they will need support.